match of the day, the under 100 kilogram final.
미국 팀 로이 버비 timothy-michael Spriggs.
Calasans coming off a very tough semifinal match against the purple belt Anderson Muniz, and Tim coming off a very tough, but the score wasn't very close in his semifinal match with Mateus Diniz.
Now this one, on the other hand, for the under 100 kilogram, maybe not as big of a surprise as the final.
This is definitely what I had as the final. I said whoever wins between Tim and Hudson would go on to the final, and I had Calasans going on to the final from the other side as well. So there should be a lot of experience on the mat here. No real experience disadvantage, though Calasans has a little bit more, but I don't think it would be a difference in a match like this. Two guys that like to stay on the feet, though. This is what makes it interesting. We may see a little bit of Calasans judo come out, as we all know Tim likes to stay on the feet and work.
Both of these competitors will be moving on to the November tournament later this year. Both of these guys very good on the feet. Calasans known for his judo. Spriggs maybe a little bit more known for his wrestling.
Yeah, this is what makes it very interesting. We haven't seen much of Calasans judo in recent times, so he has to go back into it. But though Calasans may have more experience in judo, Tim has been known to use his throws and his takedowns more in competition, so it's very interesting. I wouldn't be too surprised if Calasans decides to pull.
Tough grip fighting battle.
Wrist lock attempt there by Tim.
Spriggs with the same side lapel grip as Calasans had, but Spriggs was underneath.
Yeah, the underneath grip is definitely better, but someone like Calasans who has a lot of judo experiences is used to being on the top grip sometimes. He knows how to work the top grip as well. So it's very interesting grip fighting here. You don't get to see a lot of grip fighting in jiu-jitsu today.
They're going to give some penalty points.
Yeah, they're really trying to push the action here. We're already 2 minutes in.
Yep, just under 5 minutes to go in this final for the under 100 kilogram division.
Tim could get that sleeve grip broken with his right hand. He will start to try to go for his train wreck throw. But Calasans seems to have very strong grips.
Can't see exactly what grips Calasans has. Is it just double lapel?
Yeah, double lapel. I think he knows that Tim wants the sleeve so they can start his train wreck throw.
Which is it's just that snap down Seoinage.
Yeah, it's a very hard drop Seoinage. But at the same time, from the double collar, it's not too much Calasans can do, especially since one of his grips is over the top.
And those double collar grips in at least recent times judo rules is illegal, I believe. I think it's considered stalling.
Yeah, and even here, it kind of stops the action. So whereas Tim was working, it kind of freezes the action, so both guys end up with the stall.
Just a little over 3.5 minutes left to go. So far, this match has not hit the ground at all, but there have been penalty points.
Yeah,
these guys
this
could
match
get
is going to
double
be a battle
DQ.
Of who gets to their position, who gets their grips first. Oy, Tim with a very strong throw attempt. Calasans with a good defense to it, getting Tim a little bit off balance there.
Surprising to see that the rebuttal to that throw by Spriggs is nearly the same exact throw from Calasans. I wouldn't think that that would be an option off of being off balance like that. But as you said, Calasans very wily with the takedowns. Makes any attempt a bit trickier because you've got to think things through, maybe make sure you're not leaving any openings.
Picking the pace up. Oh,
gets it to work.
Finishes this
gets over the back.
Very close.
Both hooks in.
He's going to get the 4 here. That was a very good decision. He kind of countered what happened to him last time. So after his throw, he immediately let go and came around to the back. Very smart by Tim to switch it up there.
Beautiful
following
stuff.
Calasans' good defense of the last attempt. So he's going to go up 4 here with a very strong back grip with 2.5 left. And he has 2 minutes to work on his back, and Calasans really has to make something happen here.
Calasans seemingly maybe a little bit too predictable in his defense. Spriggs able to learn off of the first defense. Turns that into a back take, and now on the back, standing with the body lock.
Yeah, that's very impressive knowing Calasans' judo background, but he kind of mixed it up with a little bit. That was a little bit of a wrestling scramble afterwards to get to the back, and to decide to jump the hooks in immediately was a very smart move. So we have a similar situation here as to what we had in the third place match between Levi and Tanquinho.
Is this something that's hard for you to watch without cheering because Spriggs is your teammate?
Yeah, my legs have been shaking. But though Tim is my teammate, it is a very good match and it's very interesting regardless.
Man, SPYDER's really outdone themselves with this card. I think the level of talent.
Yeah, because last year's qualifiers I thought was a very good card, but then they really
they
outdid it this year.
Yeah.
All around, they did a great job of finding a lot of great talent, even from the lower belts, finding those guys. Because you could very well bring a purple belt in and they just not live up to what you thought, but someone like Anderson really showed out, and even Mateus Lutas, the lower belts really did a great job. Last year, I believe, the lower winner was a black belt, which was Hugo Marquez, and the heavy winner was a brown belt that got his black belt later that year, which was Kenan Duarte. So they do a really great job of finding those lower belts.
It's pretty impressive.
Hugo Marquez fought a purple belt in the finals of his match last year in the qualifiers, and they went to rest decision. And Kenan had a very tough match earlier against a blue belt.
And it looks like Spriggs might be slipping off the back.
Well, Tim receiving coaching from the side, he may just want to stand up and open his legs and just start from the feet so that he doesn't get another penalty.
He's looking for the finish, though. I think if he can secure this cross grip, he's thinking about dropping down into a falling bow and arrow.
Yeah, he's trying to push the pace just a little bit.
Time's up, and Spriggs can't even believe it himself.
Yeah, he's been talking about it all week. Very good opportunity for him.
Fantastic.
And a little bit of a bounce back. He just took a pretty close loss to Patrick Claudio last weekend, and to be able to bounce back 1 day in between from Brazil, fly back to the U.S. for 1 day, and then go to Korea and be able to perform is great for him.
Michael Spriggs.
And Tim Spriggs, your under 100 kilogram champion for the SPYDER Invitational. He will be moving on to the finals in November, as well as Claudio Calasans.
Yep. So that is the last match of the day. All great matches from the beginning to the end. My hands are sweating. I couldn't call any match beforehand, to be honest.
Here we've got a replay. This is that snap down.
This is the one that was countered by that strong collar grip after. And then this time when Tim went to do the throw, he immediately let go and came around to the back.
Sunk both hooks in. That's all he needed to win. Beautiful stuff from Tim Spriggs.